Hiya, I'm Nina, and in today's 10-minute taster we're going to practice moving in and out of Cobra pose. There are a few variations of the way that we approach Cobra, and we'll have a look at some of these now. So to begin with, we need to warm up the body a little. Cobra pose is a back bend, and we don't want to start putting our bodies through intense back bends, although Cobra doesn't have to be too intense, without having a little bit of a warm up first. So if you're sitting on anything, pop it to one side. We need the full length of the mat. We're going to start on all fours in a tabletop position. And tabletop position looks like this. The knees are below the hips and the wrists, and the elbows are below the shoulders. And we're going to start with something called a cat-cow. So if you were to relax into a tabletop position, but with the tummy engaged, you come to a space that we would call neutral. And coming into a cow position, first on the inhale, we would take the bottom up towards the sky, dipping the belly down and lifting the head up to look forwards. We're going to exhale, and as we do, we're going to press in through the tops of the feet into the floor, tuck the chin all the way under and arch at the back. Inhale to come up, cow. Exhale down, draw the belly button in, tucking the chin all the way under. Inhale up. Exhale down. Twice more, inhale up. Into that back bend. Exhale down. Once more, inhale up. Exhale under. Back to a neutral spine. Okay, next position, we're coming into our downward dog. We tuck the toes under. We spread the fingertips wide with the middle finger tracing towards the front of the mat. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift the pelvis towards the sky. There's length in the backs of the legs. I'm just going to move forward slightly so you can see me. There's length in the backs of the legs. We ease the heels down into the floor, but we don't have to have locked out legs here. As soon as we lock the legs, we arch the back. We want to find a neutral spine. So we send the bottom up high and backwards towards the back of the mat, spreading the shoulders open, shaking the head no, and nodding the head yes. Coming into our downward dog as a transitional pose. No tension in the neck, gazes up towards the inner thighs. On the exhale, we soften the chest. We're going to inhale, draw the body forwards, and then lower the knees down. Okay, so coming into your Cobra now, we want to lower the body down, but as we do, shift the weight forward slightly, squeeze the elbows and graze the rib cage with the the upper arms, sending the whole body down towards the ground. The bottom is still up in the air, the knees are still bent, the toes are still tucked under. We look down towards the ground, untuck the toes, inhale to come up, so now the whole of the body is on the floor, engage the knees, push down through the backs of the feet, squeeze the elbows together, lift the hands off of the floor and breathe. We inhale to come up, exhale to stay. One more breath here, hovering the hands, squeezing the elbows. Inhale. Exhale, place the hands down, touch the forehead to the floor, tuck the toes. Inhale to push back, take a nice lovely stretch. And then we can come back into our downward dog. Good work. Okay, so we're back where we started again in our downward dog. Okay, this time I want you to pedal your downward dog, and I want you to make a little bit of space in the backs of the legs. We're warming up the toes, the fascia in the feet, and we're really practicing on opening those shoulders. Maybe we hollow the belly, maybe we stay still for a few moments and just reap the benefits of that beautiful inversion with the hips high above the head. One more breath here. This time we're going to take a plank pose. So we're going to draw the body forwards again. This time we're not placing the knees down. We're coming into a long plank pose, heels up towards the sky, squeezing the floor with all 10 fingers, drawing the belly button in, lifting through the shoulder blades, looking straight down towards the floor. With the tummy still drawn in, we're going to lower the body all the way down. Squeeze the elbows, lower the body. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back, and notice where my hands are. They're next to my rib cage. Okay, so the heel of palm is at the rib cage, not up near the face, not back here near the waist, about halfway. We squeeze the elbows. We inhale to come up. Engage the knees so they're not touching the floor. Lifting the upper body, squeezing the shoulder blades. And we don't look up, we look forwards. We want to stay long through the back of the neck. Exhale to come down. Tuck the toes. Inhale, push back. Take that child's pose and enjoy it. So we're still stretching through the toes here. We use the toes a fair bit to move us around through our Cobra movements. So taking a child's pose with the toes tucked under can be a warm-up in itself. One more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, we're coming back into that downward dog again. We can pedal again if we want to. We've got a hollow belly, so the belly is tucked all the way in. It kind of happens naturally when the breath is happening up in the rib cage. So imagine the sides of the rib cage widening. Open those shoulders, shake the head no. We're going to inhale, come back into our plank pose. And then draw the body down so the heels are up high, the elbows squeezed in. Lower the body. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back. We're going to take a high cobra. So this time we engage the feet, we engage the knees, we inhale, we push through the floor, leaving the hands on the floor this time, squeeze the elbows in, drop the shoulders down the spine, squeeze the tummy in, keep the chin tucked slightly, engage the thighs. Exhale, come down. Try that once more. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, come up. Exhale, come down. Tuck the toes. Inhale, push back. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Take another pedal, move through the backs of the legs. Really, really good. Okay, so we're going to try one more variation of your Cobra / back bend. We're going to try something called an upward dog, and it involves a little roll over the toes. So it involves a little bit of this. So if you look at my toes, we're rolling over. Now the trick to this is all in the upper body, so drawing those hips up, drawing the tummy in as we move through. So if you want to watch me first, go for it. If you want to come with me, come with me. So from your downward dog, inhale to roll over into your plank. Exhale, lower the body down. Before we hit the floor, we pause, rolling over the toes. So that was a step rather than a roll, but we can do a roll. And your upward dog, the whole of the body is off the floor, apart from the hands and the backs of the feet. We're going to roll backwards and see if we can come into our downward dog. Draw the tummy in, lift the hips up, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. We'll try that once more. Inhale. Exhale fully. Inhale, roll the body over, come to your plank pose. Exhale, squeeze the elbows, lower the body down. Not all the way. We come through chest through the shoulders, We roll over the toes and then exhale, downward dog. Try and keep the hands in exactly the same place the whole way through, and maybe there's that little bit of a shuffle or a realignment of the legs at the end. Take a clearing breath here. Take both knees down. And we're done. So, you've had a little practice today of your Cobra, your high Cobra, and your upward facing dog, using a downward dog as a downward dog and a plank as a transition. I hope that's helpful. That might be quite informative as to how and where to place your feet when you're going through a sun salutation or a vinyasa. Thanks very much for watching.